So my question, that's what you suggest for a startup, a product based or a service based, or both are same?
It's up to you, because look, building a product is not easy. You require a CTO. If you're not a technical person, there are only two things you can do, right? If you either you get an equity based CTO, right, where you
Okay.
share equity, or if you're not doing that, then in that case you need to have some good amount of money, right, to spend the capital on development. Product development is not cheap, I'm telling you. Like, this is the reason why you see 92% of the SaaS actually failing in the world.
Oh.
That's a stat by Lighter Capital. Like, this is an official stat that 92% of the SaaS fails because of
My
those two.
God.
So product development is not cheap,
Not
and
cheap.
they just hire some random people to code some random things and put up some random scripts and go out there into the market to test. No, that's not a good idea. It's gonna have issues if you try to build things quickly. So the best bet would be try to like find out people who are very good with development, right? They want to build a company, but they're not a marketer. They don't know how to market, they don't know how to sell, but they know
Yes.
how to create product, right? You
Yes.
meet such people and you partner up with them. I can tell you about my co-founder and CTO, Lucas, right? So Lucas is not that great with sales and marketing, which I am, but he's next level with product development, right?
Oh.
And that's my weakness. I am nowhere near that good or great in terms of what Lucas is, right? This is
Okay.
this is absolute perfect. This is what is required, because my strength is marketing and sales, and his strength is building a great product. So
Yes.
reach out to people and have co-founders, but also make sure that you and your co-founders don't share the same skill sets, because if you're sharing the same skill set, it's going to be a huge blunder. There's going to be a lot of
100%. hundred
fight.
percent.
So make sure that whenever you're finding co-founders, always make sure that they're exactly your opposite skill set, where you can fill in your weakness. Basically, they need to be your
Yes.
strength for
Yeah.
your weakness. That's
Hundred
very.
percent.
So if you can, then work on a product. And again, you do a lot of research, because not necessarily that all the products would be a great hit either, right? So test
Yes.
it out and just build a quick MVP. If you don't know much about the market, then just build a small MVP. So MVP stands for minimum viable product, where you
Okay.
have a long vision, but you want to test out that vision. So make a very small version of that particular product. Use frameworks for building up those products, and then just see how the market really reacts. And if you don't even want to do that, then you can use platforms like bubble.io, where you can build
Okay.
a SaaS, where you can just
Okay.
drag drop and build a SaaS, right?
Oh.
Again, such products have no IP. Remember that. You will never be able to
Okay.
raise capital and all of those things in the future, because it typically doesn't have value, because you don't have the source code for it,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And it's stuck in their system. But it's a good way to test out whether your idea will work or not, right?
Yes. hundred
Pick up
percent.
and just test out the market and see if you can acquire 100 paying customers. Once you hit 100 paying customers, you have validated your idea. In that
Yes.
case, now you have a recurring income coming in from that particular project.
Yes.
Now
Yes.
build your project, right? Now
Yes.
you build your actual, after having your MVP. Now start spending money, and as soon as your new version is up and running, where you are running a complete source code, there you go. You have just nailed it down now. Now move those
Super.
customers to new platform and just let them know, hey, we have launched a new version, and your users would be excited.
Yes. Yes.
Every,
Yes.
even the smallest of the updates, you love it. Look at us.
100%.
If you are a Samsung fan or an Apple fan, the moment they push any sort of updates, you're like, damn, this is what I've been waiting for. So we're
Yeah.
all fanboys of some of the other projects, basically. So
Yeah.
that's what it's all about. Just find people, find the right team, build a quality team, build a quality product, build quality services. Because if you have quality, you'll always sell. No matter what, people will buy from you. And then focus on branding, focus on value,
100%.
regardless of what you're doing, services or a product. Focus on providing value to people.
Value. That's it. Okay, so we have one more question from the audience. Divya is asking how to decide when to check product on a digital platform like web app or it's a mobile app.
Um, Good question. It generally depends upon where your audiences are. Today there are so many tools available. There are so many applications available. There are so many data points available today. That based on all of these, you can easily identify many of the aspects. You can easily identify what you really want to build. So something as simple as if you want to identify more data points, right? Just go onto your business ad manager. Don't use it as an ad. Use it as an analytics, right?
Okay.
With the keywords over there, it will show you the potential reach of that audience, right?
Yeah.
Use it as an analytics. That's what we did. So I'll give you a good example. When we were building communication, one of the first thing we wanted to see was how many products alternative to ours are available as an interest inside Facebook,
Okay.
right? Because
Okay.
we could reach out to them right away, right? So we found Freshdesk, we found Intercom, and then we found Zendesk. These three are the
Okay.
big. So we found all of these three, right?
Yes.
And
Yes.
got to see the audience right away, and we were stunned with the numbers. Did we spend a No, we did not spend a dime, and we got to test the market. We got to know about the market. The next thing you can do is you can use keyword planner. When you're using
Yeah.
keyword planner, you also get to see the searches, the number of searches that the people are looking for. Um, there is typically no idea in the world that is still unique, right? There's always
Yes.
something that's being out there, or it's being built. By the time you build it, there will be 10 more competitors you will have.
Yes. 100%.
So in such a case as well, see what your competitors are doing, where they are, utilize reverse engineering. So if you
Okay.
do not reverse engineer your competitors, you will really suffer. So we spent a good amount of time reverse engineering our entire competitors to see what they are doing, where they started with, right? We spent a huge amount of time identifying what all channels that they used. And if you learn reverse engineering, you can become one of the best growth hackers in the world. That is
Sir, can you please little bit of explain reverse engineering for the audience for me?
so reverse engineering basically. So look, I have this saying, which is unique. You will not find anywhere in the internet. What I feel is, marketing is like HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. You can see
Okay.
what people have coded, right?
Yes.
You can see what people are doing, what people have done, how they started, right? And every time a project becomes very successful, you will see founders doing interview like these, like ones that we are doing right now, and
Yes.
they will share their journey somewhere. They will share how they did, where they started with. You can then go back and check out those links, profile, and those
Yes.
discussions, and some of the strategies that they share, right? Write
Yes.
all of these things down. Start writing down. Go dive deep in and list down everything that they did. Basically, like in Hindi, we say like Janam Kundli Nikalo of the company.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Then get
100%.
all of the details of the company and prepare a project report around it. Once
Okay.
you have the project report, you would have so much ideas coming in automatically. Oh my God, this is what this people have been doing. They have been making this ebook. Oh, so they acquired customers by selling books on Amazon. That's how they have been growing so far, right?
Yes. Yes.
Look, they have already identified a channel. Now you
Hmm.
can spend less time and you can test out the channel and see whether the channel works out or not for you. So again,
Okay.
test out, do reverse engineering. That is one of the most underrated but the most powerful skill to develop, and also improve if you want to be a good successful marketer. Learn data analytics. Spend
100%.
learning data analytics. Like, you need to know numbers, you need to understand numbers, you need to dig into numbers.
Yes.
Basically, numbers should be everything for you, right? And
Yeah.
again, this is one of the things that I always say, like with me being Marwadi, like numbers are everywhere around. I've grown
Everywhere.
up
Yes.
with numbers, right?
Yes.
So you need to marry numbers basically if you
Yeah.
want to be a good technical marketer. uh, just posting on Instagram is not technical marketing. So for example,
100%.
if I post something, right, I would analyze the views, I would analyze the numbers, I would analyze every bit and pieces of it to see whether I should even produce such kind of content ever again. So
Okay.
always learn data analytics, and if you find any courses, sign up, learn from it. Like, trust me, like, data analytics is something that you need to nail down as a technical
Yes.
market, along with reverse engineering, and you can then like reach any part of the world today. So we have customers
100%.
almost like 160 plus countries as of now at PageGround.
Wow.
So
Wow.
that is because now we know which countries, what is the buyer pattern of some of the people from certain countries, right? Now
Yes.
we can modify our campaigns accordingly to them to cater to
Yes.
them. So this is why it's
100%.
very important to develop these two skills. That's very important.
100%. So insights, competitor spies, like basically we are doing company ki kundli nikalna. So I think these
Exactly.
are the most important things. Okay. So
100%.
sir, do you recommend any books for the entrepreneurs, for marketers? That
So this is one of my favorite books that I've sort of like changed my life. The first one is known as Predictable Revenue. I've literally shared this book everywhere. Wherever I talk about predictable revenue, is the number one book you need to have in your tool in your buy kit.
okay.
It's one of the best sales book in the world by
Okay.
by the head of sales during that time, Aaron, who literally drove $100 million in sales for Salesforce.
Okay.
And that's how I learned a lot about outreaching, how to build a
Okay.
sales team, how to do outreaching, how to do the SDR, a lot of things, right? Predictable Revenue is the first book you need to read if you really need to learn how to sell. That's
Okay.
very important. Then the second book I would recommend is I usually read a lot of biography books, but a lot of other books. But I feel like there's one more book from Brian Tracy. I think I forgot the name of the book, but it's with regards to sales. So you can just look for Brian Tracy on Amazon, and that will
Okay.
some good stuff basically. So there are
Okay.
plenty of other books. I can probably like drop down some names later on. But
Okay.
yeah, definitely like just keep reading, keep learning basically. So
100%.
usually in
Keep
Amazon, like whatever I see has good reviews, I just buy it. I learn from it basically.
100%. So, sir, just any small case study you want to share? Like we are going to end this session. So before end, if you can share one case study for the audience.
What kind of case studies? You can be a bit more specific, because I can share plenty, but if you can be a bit more specific, that will be more helpful for everyone.
Failure to success.
So I think I did share about my failure with
Yes.
Funnelbake, which was one of my biggest failures as a project, because of various factors. I don't want to point out those factors. There were other people involved as well. So, but since the project was led by me, I'm taking the entire blame for it, right? And I learn from it. I move on. So I would say like my journey itself is sort of a case study that I shared in this entire interview. Right
Yes,
from
sir.
failure to building up communication, you can see
Yes.
the difference in my approach. You can see the
100%.
difference with my way I build things, my approach with regards to the marketing as well, my approach towards understanding things as well. And again, there is no guarantee that tomorrow I won't fail, right? So at every step you will see some different challenges, right? You will
Yes.
see new challenges, you will face new challenges. So just keep learning from those challenges and just keep executing.
100%.
So your life
100%.
itself is a case study. So if you just go back, see what you built first and what led you to who you are today, I think that can help you decide what you will be tomorrow.
100%. So 5 things that every marketers or every person have to do to become a successful marketer. 5 things, 5 do's and 5 don'ts.
So first, you need to know how to be comfortable in front of camera today. Even today, I've seen so many marketers, they don't want to come in front of camera. I just don't know why. Like, the world has moved to internet. Today, if you're not comfortable in front of camera, then please get a back office job at that stage. You cannot be a marketer. That's number one.
Yes.
Second, learn reverse engineering. This is very important. Learn how to reverse engineer. Third point that I would say is, which again I've already shared, is learn data analytics. It's so
100%.
important. It's very, very important. Whatever you do, you need to understand numbers, you need to understand, and you need to trust data.
Yes.
Fourth thing I would say is take decisions on the basis of that data, and always take a risk. It's okay to take risk, but when you take a risk on the basis of understanding the data, there is a very high chance that you
Yes.
will not go wrong. But if you just
Yes.
randomly do something without looking into the data, there is a very high chance that you will not succeed. And fifth, always split test. Split test
Yes.
your entire life. Everything that
Yes.
you do in your life,
Yes.
split
Yes.
test every single day. Split test everything. Split test whatever you do, everything, because what you think might not work might work great, but what you think
Yep.
might work great might not work at all. And this even includes for like some of the experienced marketer like myself, right? Sometimes when I think this will not work, it surpasses my expectation. And sometimes when I
Yes.
think, oh my god, this will perform like crazy, it doesn't do anything for me. So
Yes.
always
100%.
split test. So work on these 5 things, and I definitely feel that there's going to be a lot of improvements with
Yes.
you as a person, with your thought process, and yeah, like these are the 5 important points I would say.
Sir, any marketer that you follow or any
So it depends on the field, basically. So when it comes to so let's start with SEO, because I'm a hardcore SEO guy. Right? I love SEO.
super
So
cool.
I started long back following Brian Dean, which I feel a lot of people do, right? So
100%.
Brian Dean, I feel is one of them. Then in terms of I would say um, other forms of marketing, I would say I think his name was Chamat, I think, who was the ex marketer at who was the ex CMO of Facebook. Did
Oh,
incredible stuff. I learned a lot of things just watching some of the things he did initially, and how they focused on just focusing on like acquiring user base. Then the third marketer that I truly love and follow is one of our competitors, AppSumo. The founder,
AppSumo. Oh,
the founder Noah. I absolutely adore the guy, right? No point in adoring, no point like not adoring your competitor, especially when they're doing amazingly well, right? So Noah is someone that I've been following since a very long time. Love what the guy does, love everything that he does, and always have picked up some good things from him here and there, basically. So these people, like I would say, like have done extremely well, and I have really kind of like learned from them overall.
I think Minak mentioned the name, that is Chamat. Yeah, no, Kagam maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Yeah. Okay, sure. Ruchira will upload the live on the YouTube as well. So I think, sir, thank you so much for the amazing interview, amazing answers, and the journey you shared, the experience you shared. I think this is the most important live so far for me as well, because there are a lot many things for learning from you, sir. And it's a great opportunity for me to have you on my channel. And thank you so much, sir, for being with us
Pleasure's all mine.
and
Thank
for
you for
just
having me.
thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
Awesome. All right. If anyone has any question, feel free to reach out to me via DM.
Yep.
I literally respond to every single DM, even if it's a spam. Reach out to me. I even respond to spams in a very very efficient way. But I do respond to DM. So
Yes,
if you have
yes.
any questions, feel free to reach out.
I guess Udit sir is a really responsive person that I have met, because I think I reached Udit sir before 2 days, and we just scheduled the live in just one day. Like from today morning, we just scheduled. So thank you so much, Udit sir, for the time. Thank you so much, Ruchira, for your feedback, and thank you so much, everyone, for being with us. And thank you so much once again, Udit sir. Thank you so much.
No problem. Everyone have a great one. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining in.